What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Delta, and I'm making a video that is way overdue right now. And that video is my E3 thoughts. And let me tell you, I have a lot to say about this. Now, E3 this year was kind of a mess, in my opinion. There were two presentations in particular, one that was just really bad out of the gate. And I won't really try to list too many names here, but yeah, I'm here to talk about who I thought won E3, who I thought did the absolute worst at E3, and just kind of give them a placing in the entire scene this year. And we're talking about my opinion. If you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. So, who I thought came in dead last this year was definitely going to be Ubisoft. They just kind of didn't announce anything. And it was just kind of something nobody cared for. I didn't care for it. I know some of my friends didn't care for it. And Ubisoft's presentation was just kind of a mess. Nobody cared about it. Nobody wanted to hear about it. Ubisoft just kind of had a mess. Just the word I'm looking for. A mess. There wasn't really anything new to announce. They just kind of built upon things that we were all waiting for. For example, one of those things being the release date for new Siege operators, which I like to just point out, that back in May. And we got them during E3. We already kind of knew about these guys. We just kind of wish it wasn't one of their major announcements that everyone would have yearned for so badly. I felt like Ubisoft had a lot of things to expect for people, and the expectation for people just kind of plummeted after the first few announcements. I know mine definitely did. I don't know where other people stand up on this, but I felt like Ubisoft definitely did not deliver a promise this year. Now, the second worst E3 press conference has to be Bethesda. If it wasn't Doom Eternal or anything related to Fallout 76 at this presentation, it was just bad all around. It was not a great presentation at all. There is a lot of mobile games announced at Bethesda's E3 press conference, and it just kind of left a sour note in most people's mouth, including mine. I did not care for it. And I know some of my friends who didn't care for it either. Honestly, we were all there for one thing, Doom Eternal mostly. And the news for that game was definitely worth seeing. But that's pretty much it. Anything else, the games that were revealed were just kind of wasn't really anything that I was looking for, nor my friends. But that's what we got at Bethesda's, and that had to be the second worst E3 press conference at the event. By far. Alright, now it's time for me to talk about the top three. Who can take home the gold? Who can take home the crown? Coming in third place being Nintendo. I don't know, man. The beginning of Nintendo's presentation just kind of left some types of sour notes in my mouth. There was a new video introducing Doug Bowser to Nintendo's office as the president, but in my opinion, me and my friend were both looking at this and thought it was extremely cringy. But we just looked at it as like another type of gag because Reggie had one of the most famous lines to any E3 press conference.
My name is Reggie. I'm about kicking ass. I'm about taking names. And we're about making games.
That alone right there just gave that man a name at Nintendo. And I bet they were trying to do the same thing for Doug Bowser, but it just kind of went off a little poorly, is the word I'll use. But it wasn't the worst thing I've seen at some directs and as well as E3 press conferences. But that's beside the point. So, what was one of the worst things Nintendo had to reveal? And honestly, this is mostly in my humble opinion because I've never played the series, is probably the reveal for the Dragon Quest character, the hero. I did not care for it too much. Nor did I care for some other reveals, like some of the indie game titles that they were revealing at this presentation. And you're going to kill me if I say this, though. The Animal Crossing reveal was just... okay, I guess. But I don't really care for it. But that's beside the point. Banjo and Kazooie's announcement was probably one of the redeeming qualities of this Direct, alongside the reveal of Breath of the Wild 2 in development. But that's beside the point. Those were the only good factors. Anything else was just kind of eh. Now coming in second place for E3 had to be Square Enix's presentation. That one kind of surprised me. I honestly thought Square Enix was just going to do okay. I thought Square would just be like, okay, we're just going to show off a few of these and a few of this and that. But the Final Fantasy VII Remake really surprised me of how stellar it looks. We also have the reveal of the Avengers game finally coming out in 2020, which also looks pretty good. And some other games that they revealed that also look really good. And that was just kind of Square Enix's presentation. It was overall a good time. I felt like they did a job well done. Now, coming down to the number one best presentation, it's Microsoft. There was no competing against them. Localizing Phantasy Star Online 2, which, by the way, I don't know if most people know this, is huge. Also, showing off Halo Infinite, a bit of their next Xbox project, as well as some other things, just kind of gave Microsoft the edge at this year's E3. They also showed Gears of War 5, and I'm not a big Gears of War person, but that game looks phenomenal. I'm actually really excited to pick this game up. I think Gears 5 might be one of the best titles that might be coming out this year, along some other games. Well, mostly from Microsoft, because I'm looking at their other games, and oh boy, this year looks a little rocky. Project Scarlet sounds very interesting, though, but it also just needs a little more details as well, besides all the things they already promised us. I would like to know around a price point, also some other things like, hey, are we going to have something else kind of like the Xbox One launch? Are we going to have something similar to the 360 launch, where everything at the 360 launch was pretty much amazing? And honestly, I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the video, but I like to just thoroughly apologize about the live streams. My Blue Snowball mic just kind of stopped working, and I couldn't get any audio. The stream was backwards, which just didn't help anything. I was assuming that was there just so we could avoid copyright problems, but I wasn't comfortable with that. So I kind of pulled the plug on the stream, and now I'm kind of just doing an overall thoughts. So let's go ahead and do this. At number 5, we have Ubisoft. At number 4, we have Bethesda. At number 3, we have Nintendo. At number 2, we have Square Enix. And at number 1, we have Microsoft dominating E3 2019. And those are my overall opinions on who won. And I have another video in mind that I'm planning to make, which is kind of like a little bit different from my comedy content I normally put up on this channel. I just all hope you look forward to seeing it.